Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Avengers Prime and Thanos Imperative. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time with Avengers Prime because, for the most part, it's boring. This is where the fun's at. So I'll get rid of this one first. This takes place right after the siege. Thor's looking to rebuild everything, and Tony and Steve get into an argument. What I thought was kind of funny was, Captain America is wanting to take away Iron Man's armor, and Tony's like, "What are you talking about? You can't do that." And then Steve Rogers is like, "Oh, now you're Mr. Civil Liberties now." So I really like that exchange between them, but for the most part, I think this issue is too late. It should have come out a long time ago. Now it's kind of like after the fact. Basically, in a nutshell, what's going on is the Rainbow Bridge was destroyed, which we know it got fixed at the end of Aftermath and the embedded comics. So the three of them go to fix it, at least take a look at it. They activate something accidentally. The Rainbow Bridge then teleports Cap, Thor, and Iron Man to places unknown. Iron Man wakes up, he's in a big empty field, wants coffee, builds armor. Steve Rogers, Forrest, meets troll, goblin-like people, says he's a friend of Thor, needs some help. They fight, and expected outcome, and now we give Captain America his shield. That's all this battle was. It was just, one, Steve Rogers can still fight. Two, let's give the man his shield. Finally, Thor wakes up, and he gets attacked, and it's the Enchantress who attacks him. Now, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but I really like, let's see if I can do this right, the angle here at which they chose this image here. It's very focused. You just kind of focus in on one area and just right on down. Anyways, like I said, this is an okay issue. It's a start. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. It's almost a needed issue because you got to get these three to work together, but I'm not that excited about it. This is what I'm excited about. Thanos Imperative, #1. This is the #1 for the miniseries. This is the big war, and this is another big war in space that's about to start. You had a little flashback with Rich Rider, Nova, and Star-Lord. And then Star-Lord basically says, hey, you're no longer a kid. By the time this is done, you'll be a man. And he's prophesying or foreshadowing something really, like, certain people are going to get involved if things really get bad. And I think things are really going to get bad in this issue. Not in this issue, but in the storyline. Thanos fighting the Guardians, if you remember from the previous issue. And they're able to subdue him and basically make him stop. This is a very user-friendly issue, because if you haven't been reading this, it at least puts the names of the characters, so this way you know who they are. And they do that throughout the book. So even with people you maybe should know, they still do it. Now, then it goes on to the Rift here. Now, there's an alliance between the Shi'ar, the Kree, the Inhumans, and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, what happened is there's a rift in space, and this rift is, you can basically, things on the other side want to come to our side and take over. And the best way to describe it is just imagine Marvel Universe meets Cthulhu monsters. That's who they're fighting. They're a lot more dangerous than zombies. Now, zombies were fun for a while, but they get kind of boring after a while. But this is Cthulhu monsters, so they're a lot more vicious, a lot more deadly. It takes a lot more to take them down. Now, one thing that's really good about this is, because it's in space, these characters, they can kill, they can maim, they can torture, they can do whatever they want to stop these things. And it has no effect on, like, for an example, Spider-Man and Captain America. There's no more morality. These people are fighting for their lives, and they do whatever they need to survive. Now, we have the Silver Surfer witnessing the explosion. So basically what happened was, This is the Marvel. I thought he was the original Marvel, but then I should have noticed the star, and I did, but I didn't pay attention to it until I read this, and then figured it out. Now, he's part of the Universal Church of Truth, and what they did was they took all of their spaceships, put them up against the fault, and detonated them all. Now the tiny rift is opened, and these things can come through, and are starting to come through. Now, if you notice here, you have the Dark Avengers, and never starting at the Dark Avengers, you have Cthulhu Avengers. You have like Cap, Thor, S&M, Bondage, Miss Marvel, Quasar, Iron Man. I mean, these guys are really deadly. Now, Thanos and the Guardians of the Galaxy realize, hey, we got to stop this thing from happening. These things are going to destroy us. So we're going to give the other side something that this universe has, and that's Thanos. So you go right through a big battle here. It's Quasar, Nova, Nikki, and then they're all battling. Cthulhu Avengers come in, wreak havoc, and just so you know, if you haven't been following Nova, that's not the real Nita. It's like it's another Nita from another dimension type thing, or parallel universe. Nova did some time traveling. I didn't read it all, but that's about what I know. So the bad guys take her. So it kind of makes me think that they just brought her back just so that way she can go away type thing. Next is you have the Guardians of the Galaxy. Some of the members with Thanos teleporting to the other side. Thanos is greatly affected by the other universe, collapses, and they prepare for battle. So you have Cthulhu, Hulk, and Doctor Strange, Namor, Valkyrie. That looks like Nighthawk. That could be maybe Beast or Spider-Man. Heck, that might even be Hellcat, because I see a tail. Or Nightcrawler. Could be Nightcrawler. I don't know. We'll find out next issue. But what's really, really good about this is the fact that you have heroes that, have swords, they have guns, they have, and they really don't care. They will kill. If they need to put a sword through the Hulk's brain, they'll do it. That's what I like about what's going to happen. Now, at the very end is a preview. Now, there's just battle, but then it's this last page that makes me wonder, this is going to be like a really huge battle in space. It's not going to be something like you're going to want to miss type thing. So, just to quickly go over this, if you like the Avengers Prime is a fine issue. It's a starting of starting of them getting the three Trinity working back together again. And but for me, I wanted a little bit more. I expect there will be more later, though. Next up is the Thanos. This is a must-buy. This is already shaping up to be an incredible ride. And even if you understand people don't like space for some reason, this is a good jumping-on point. You don't really have to know all about the Annihilation and the War of Kings and stuff like that. It's pretty much user-friendly. I would just get the one shot right before this. That will explain some stuff to you, and then go on for the ride for this, because this is going to be, I'm hoping this is going to be awesome. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them on the side. And who would you like to see? Which Earthbound superhero team or person would you like to see to fight in the Thanos Imperative? For me, I'm almost thinking Punisher would be really cool, but he doesn't lack the overall cosmic type energy and durability. So maybe I'm thinking the Thunderbolts, Dark Avengers. Those two teams would be really, really good. So subscribe to the channel, and until next time.